one of the premier presences is the word I would use. Shot blocker extraordinaire, explosive athlete, elite power forward in the class of 2026. 6'8", Davion Adkins, who will be playing at Prolific Prep this year, has revised his official visit list, his schedule here. He'll be visiting Houston, Rutgers, and then Kansas. He named his final six schools last month, which included Auburn, Houston, Indiana, Kansas, Rutgers, and UCLA. And now he has three official visits that are currently scheduled. I think he, so he's no longer expected to visit UCLA, and I don't even think he's expected to visit Auburn, but I might need to double check on that because he had to reschedule some things. But he has Houston, Rutgers, and Kansas currently on the schedule. Davion Atkins, 6'8", elite shot blocker, which is like crazy because obviously like you see a 6'8" guy and you're like that's a little bit of an undersized kind of power forward, but Atkins' athletic ability, his play out of the dunker spot, he averaged over 3 blocks a game in the EYBL. He is an elite rim protector even at the 6'8" size. So you have Houston, Rutgers, Kansas on this list. Riley, I'll throw it to you for maybe some thoughts first on his game, and then we can talk about this list.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned the shot blocking. He's got a 7'2" wingspan, so he's able to
So
make
there,
up some for
that'll do it.
the relative lack of height. But I think in terms of if shot blocking, there's different levels to this. It'd be one thing if you're just a 7-footer who can camp out in the paint, stick your arms up, and you swat some shots along the way. The way that he blocks shots is really impressive to me. If you go back and watch his tape from the top 100 camp this past summer, or maybe it was earlier in the spring, even out in Rock Hill, South Carolina. I mean, playing against Quinn Costello, who we know lit it up at that camp. It's all his stock rise. There was one play where he closed out on Quinn Costello from the corner and smacked the ball like before it could even like arc toward the hoop. And you know how good of a shooter Costello is. There's another one where he's playing in drop coverage and he's not even in a defensive stance. The guard gets by his man and it's like 2 steps, he meets him at the basket, swats it. So maybe if anything, you're like, okay, you're not even like maybe get the motor up a little bit, but the natural ability is so impressive there. When you factor it on the other end, big time dunker, knows how to add a little flash to the dunk card, maybe even a little pizzazz if you want to get real fancy on it. Loves how he cocks that ball back, jams it home. Really good offensive rebounder as well. So you factor in him going to Prolific Prep this year. You're going to play on the presumably the what's it called, like the Scholastic EYBL circuit with
Mm.
Geico and everything. So going to be playing against a ton of good comp, and would not be surprised to see his stock rise even higher.
Yeah, gonna play against a ton of good comp. Also gonna be playing with some really good players over at Prolific as well. So it's gonna be a very fun team to watch. Prolific's gonna be really good this year as they always are. Yeah, and the thing I want to point out that I think you made a great point on, Riley. You know I do this on all my shot blocking videos. I love bigs that have it down to an art form because there's a true art form to like the timing of it, knowing when to jump, being in the right spot, using the right hand, keeping the ball in play. Atkins has all that. Like his timing is impeccable. Defensively, obviously has the wingspan to make up for some things. But yeah, he is one who I think he's going to be an elite shot blocker at the next level. And I say next level is college basketball. I'm not really sure what it'll look like moving forward. I think he needs to expand his game offensively. Right now, he's kind of just a play finisher at this point. But defensively, he has all the tools, I think, to be a really good player and is a really good shot blocker right now. So, um, looking at some of his schools, Houston, Kansas, Rutgers. But well, is there anyone that sticks out to you there? Because for me, I'm looking at a 6'8" big with a 7 foot wingspan that can block shots and play defense.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Kelvin Sampson's music?
This is JoJo Tugler. There's your pitch right there. Like, I don't know what JoJo's NBA future looks like, but at least you got everybody in the country right now saying, "Oh, best defensive player coming in." Like, you get the Evan Miyakawa bump for best defensive player in the country as well. This could be you, Davion. But yeah, I mean, you got to think with one of my favorite stats. I think he played on the 3SSB circuit this past summer, and saw a stat from my guy Adam Finkelstein, aka Adam Finkabutt, and
But it's crazy.
Atkins was 1 for 16 from three which shout out to him for getting those shots up, not getting detracted. The confidence did not falter one iota. Maybe there's a little bit of offensive game that is still there. I think he has really good touch around the basket as well. Like he can post guys up every once in a while with good footwork. Like it's a work in progress still, but there is some offensive versatility I think that he offers that could be brought out by the right coach. And yeah, I it's really easy to see the Houston fit. I think Sampson could sell him on a variety of different pitches. Kansas, they're still lurking there too. I mean, they have their own undersized shot blocker right now with Flory Badunga, where maybe he says, "Hey, watch what we do with Flory this year. This could be you once he's gone to the NBA." Rutgers, I don't know who invited them to the party, but big win for Steve Peichel to get mentioned here.
Yeah, Rutgers being on this list, just shout out to them. And I'm sure what the connection is. There's got to be something, someone on the staff, or maybe just Peichel just being Peichel. Shout out to him if he's actually doing that. But yeah, I think this comes down to Houston versus Kansas, and I do think, to your point, both schools have good pitches. Like Flory Badunga is like a 6'9" big with a really good wingspan athleticism. If he pops this season, you sell him on being Flory Badunga and bring him in. Houston, choose your Tugler, wherever big you have that you developed. It'll be very interesting to see kind of how it plays out. We'll have more updates on the channel here once these visits take place. But big Davion Adkins fans on this channel. Shout out to him.